So how's everyone doing? Good morning. If I'm not very talkative, it's because my kids woke up. And also, no one's in chat, so I don't have to be talkative. Gotta do some of the shorts. Completely, because today's the last day my scheduling works too. So I gotta make it those things. Let's clean up my names a little bit. Maybe like 50 million tabs here to be honest. Fix all that there. That or that or that. I don't need the wiki page for Little Academy. Let's do things on Pinterest I can call it. I don't need Avid to like shop open anymore. I need that part of it. Like, the other one's good, but I don't know. Okay. Trying to get Google to work, sorry chat. It's being laggy for some reason. Hello Nella. Hello the Real Food Squad. How are both of you doing? Okay, first off, I know I've already got it what I need from there, so I'm gonna delete that. Hello! I'm trying to get my computer to want to load things, but it says I have too many tabs. All the YouTube tabs getting loads, because I can find those YouTube videos in my history. Close. 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 Kind of just chatting, to be honest. I mostly do Minecraft content, but sometimes I do these, whenever I'm bored. My channel is mostly Minecraft content, but here is somewhere where I just chat with my audience for a bit. I also, alongside Minecraft, I play some other games. Oh, you don't know what Minecraft is? It's the block game. You probably have seen it before. But yeah, I play Minecraft alongside some other games like for example, currently we are going through a short hike. That I've been live streaming that lately. I'm planning a Slay the Princess series. It's gonna probably start dropping every Friday pretty soon. Let me think. What else do I play? Web fishing. I keep naming rare games. Like Minecraft, though. I play Minecraft. Like, I'm a builder. I do building in Minecraft. What kind of car brands do I know of? Let me think. Okay, I find the Jeeps pretty cool, and also older cars. So, either of those. I recently went to an old timers festival where they had cars from like a long time ago. Oh, also punch bugs. I love punch bugs. Punch bugs are my favorite car. I forgot that exists. Chat, my answers might take a moment. Oh, I just have really bad audio quality. Does that make it better or worse? Bum, bum, bum. I can't type in chat. My phone is 7 years old, chat. This phone, it's 7 years old. That's why, I have bad audio quality. This is as good as it's probably gonna get unless I hold my phone the entire time, which I'm not doing for you all. Let's see. Trying to do things. What are the numbers about? That was all I said. Yeah. That was just something I was looking at yesterday. I can that also has no use. Chat, I'm cleaning up my tabs. Oh, see ya. I don't need vanilla tweaks open. But why was that open? Or that. Or that. Some of this stuff just not need to be open. Okay, nothing important. Hello Teebs. How are you doing, Teebs? My monster. Teebs, people have already complained about my audio quality this stream. We're 10 minutes in. Also, I'm doing okay. I just woke up. Let's see. Monster. Maybe once I drink my monster, I'm gonna feel a little better. woken up and felt well rested instead of just exhausted. So like, I think that shows something. Somehow I feel like less tired but more tired when I wake up. Yeah. Streamer suffering, chat. Streamer suffering. Trying to pick if I'd do Minecraft today or finish a short hike. You know that game I was playing a few days ago, Keeps? A short hike? I think you were there, I don't know. But it's gotten like 40 views. I'm kind of surprised with how well it's going, kind of thing. Because like, most of my live streams do not get 40 views. Yeah, so I think I might do a part 2. I'm just trying to choose if I want to do that today, or if I would prefer to do some Minecrafting. Minecrafting. Yes. Trying to figure out if I have the energy for it, kind of thing. Because if you could not tell, I was very whimsical while playing it. And I feel like a lot of the future of that game is grinding, because I'm going to get all the fish before completing the game. Matcha. Chat, recently I decided to try the strawberry shot monster, and I don't think I can turn back. It's perfect. Like, there's no turning back. Help. It's a mix of my two favorite monsters. It has a little bit of strawberry flavoring, and it's mostly on the black monster, like the normal monster. And oh my god, it's so good. Gotta set my monster down. Oh, big stretch, chat. Big stretch. Yum. Ba-ba-ba. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Listening to music and working on things, chat. Hello, chatters. We're just chilling. I see I have a handful of views right now. I do Minecraft content mostly. This stream is mostly just because I wanted to stream already today. So I decided to do it while my monster energy. you to not be sleep deprived on main stream. Because I could have been sleep deprived on main stream. Like, wow, there's even more people. I do Minecraft content usually. I'm just chilling out, if anyone's wondering. I'm talking to chat a lot, so if you want to, like, actually click on the screen and chat with me, I will respond. Currently it's just me and Keebs. Keebs is one of my frequent viewers. Right, Keebs? Huh? You wouldn't even be able to see chat if you were just scrolling past, so I'm just being silly. Oh, valid. What's your game about? Like, what are you working on in the game? Oh, nice. Keebs, I can't wait for your game to be fully made because I will, like, totally play it on stream. Keebs, once you make your game, I'm gonna be the first person playing it. Please let me play test it. Keebs, if you want, I will play test it on stream. Do you need a play tester? Because I'm right here. Yes. I want to be the first one to stream it, trust. Valen. The better position, chat. Sorry, chat. We all know I sit weird in my chair. Dun, dun, dun. Sippy sip sip. Also, chat, would anyone be interested in a Stardew series eventually? You know what we're doing? Just testing in this chat. Star. There we go. The poll's up just so that people can, like, give me a good interest check on it. I actually used to play Stardew on the channel, like, 2 years ago. If you look into it, Stardew was forever ago, but let me find it. Let's see when I last played Stardew Valley. Well, it's probably that. It was part 2. I did like 2 parts. Let's see, when was that? When did I put that on analytics? The thing is, it was like before I got popular, which there's a good chunk of series where it was like I wasn't popular, so I wasn't getting the viewer range that I wanted from it. I got like 15 views, and it was in March of 2024. Like, I do think my Stardew Valley playing was whimsical, but I think we need to, like, retry it eventually. Because, like, currently, it was forever ago. And it was before I had viewers, an audience, and stuff like that. So, like, it was old. I love Stardew Valley, though, so I would be completely willing to do another Stardew series if some people took interest. Like, let's say if I got, like, 10 people who were interested in Stardew Valley series, I would be completely willing to do the Stardew Valley series if I just had, like, 10 people who wanted to watch that. I just should not do it if I don't have a good interest check, because otherwise I could just be doing Minecraft or web fishing, where I already have an audience that wants to watch that, and I understand my audience that wants to watch that. We're doing talking about my audience, I guess. Chad, I'm talking about you all. But I do love Stardew Valley, and I've been wanting to replay it. I have a playthrough that's like on year 3, but I would want to replay it soon, so this might be a good chance. Just a few people are interested. I'll also poll it on the Discord. I'm just also polling it here. Don't worry, guys. I understand to poll everything on the Discord ever. Because most of you guys know the Discord more. Let's see. I want to stop ponies and ponies down. Which pony do I want to use? Sorry, chat, trying to choose this. Valid. Also, one of the reasons why I'm, thinking about Stardew Valley and, doing a Stardew Valley series is, someone actually clipped some of the moments from my old Stardew Valley series. And procedurally, those are some of the cutest, silliest moments. Like, someone forever ago clipped them, and now they're, some of the few clips that YouTube will give me. And I'm like, oh my god, I was whimsical. Let's see, what do I want to swap to? So, Stardew Valley series might be in the future. The thing is, currently I have to do a Slay the Princess series first. So it will come after I film for that. Because, Slay the Princess series is going to be completely VODs, not streams. That's my plan with Slay the Princess, is I'm going to do VODs and drop them every Friday till I finish the game. So, keep on the lookout for Slay the Princess as well, because that's coming soon to YouTube near you. Yup, because I need a series that is consistent VODs. I'm gonna probably drop them every Friday night. That's probably the time slot I'm gonna give to Slay the Princess. I'm gonna play all through it on my own and videotape it all, and then I'm gonna drop these VODs every Friday. I would say every Friday around, I would be aiming for, 6 or, 7 a.m., p.m., those night hours kind of thing. Maybe even 8. Since I think 6 might be the best, because that's, early in the night where people will be, off school, but, they will have time to watch something. So, that's gonna drop every Friday. I'm also planning a series for Mondays as well. Which is gonna be, I'm gonna start doing this series where I pretty much just do my chores in the Forever World, but I talk about animals while doing them. For example, mining and talking about axolotls, kind of thing. The background gameplay is not supposed to be perfect, but it is gameplay, kind of thing. I'm more in it for the info dump. It's gonna be a learn about animals series. I've actually already done some research. Chat, do we like the series that I have planned? For example, I've already done most to all of the research I'm gonna do about axolotls. Yes, Animal Mondays. Also, hello, Anklestar. Ankelstar. I don't know how to say your name. I just know I decided to go so extra because it would be funny. And with your name, I was like, oh, I pull out the extra things. If we're using big words, we're using big words. Valid, details about the axolotl ones that I'm going to be putting in there. So these are either going to drop on Monday or Saturday, by the way. I have not chose which time slot I'm going to do for the animal videos. Okay. But so far I got all the axolotl facts. I got rubber ducky isopods facts. I'm gonna be also doing something about tomato frogs, sharks, domestication, and foxes and raccoons. AKA, like, all of those things are gonna be together. I'm gonna be doing a yap about domestication. Because I know a decent amount, and I will be bringing up the fox study, and also what raccoons are doing right now, because the thing is, raccoons are following the same patterns as cats currently. Raccoons, there's not really wild raccoons anymore. They have all started becoming very human dependent. Like, there are other things that are human dependent, but you can still find in the woods. Raccoons now prefer human society over the woods. Like, most of these species, like, if you took a rat, and you were like, oh, do you want human society or do you want the woods? It would still probably pick the woods. Meanwhile, raccoons will pick human society. So they're doing the same thing cats did, of domesticating themselves by becoming reliant on humans. So I'm going to make a talk about that, and then I'm also going to mention a fox study from, like, I can't remember what year, but, like, a while ago. Okay, valid. Hello, welcome back. But I'm also going to mention the fox study where, they tried to domesticate foxes, like, sometime in the 1900s. I don't know when. I think it might have been the 60s, it might have been before, I don't know. But they tried to domesticate foxes, and they found something very interesting. They took foxes from fur farms and bred them to make them as friendly as possible, and those foxes started developing a couple traits that are really interesting, because you see the most in species that we've domesticated, aka floppy ears and spots. Those are two traits that foxes started developing, which has some implication that floppy ears and spots are signs of domestication. So, foxes will be mentioned in the yap about domestication. I hope that was interesting to people. I know too much. Yeah, so those are the yaps kind of thing of, the only problem I can think of for, hello, welcome back, we're talking about a video series I'm planning. The only problem I can think of with the animal species, the animal story, like species yaps, like the animal yaps while playing Minecraft is, the simple problem of it might have a different age audience of people who will be checking it out, which I don't want kids on my channel much, so it would be most appealing towards children, because it's about animals and has a kid's game in the background. But that's the only issue I can think of, because it's not going to be appropriate for children. Just some parents will look at it and be like, oh, it's educational and has Minecraft, and go, that's good for my kid to watch, and then I'm going to be talking about how axolotls can reproduce when they are in a constant larval state of, like, they are, in a larval state their entire life, but develop to be able to reproduce, and they don't have the correct hormones to fully grow up. They are technically babies. I'm going to be talking about that, or the fact that rubber ducky isopods can reproduce asexually. I'm just going to call them asexual, though. Rubber ducky isopods can be asexual. So, I'm gonna try to keep it not really appropriate for kids, to try to keep kids away from it, but, ooh, silly, but, I don't know how well that's gonna go, kind of thing. Because it's gonna be something that mostly kids are gonna click on, but it's still gonna be more for adults. So that's the only problem I can think of with the animal series. I'm planning to make the videos 10 to 20 minutes long, each of them. So that's kind of the range I'm gonna go with for them. I'm gonna info dump a lot. And I'm also gonna have to edit the videos and have images of the animals. But if you cannot see the basic problem of there will be 7-year-olds watching it when my content is meant for 16 to 20-year-olds. Keebs, there might be a problem with this. I might also do some other yaps. For example, I might do a space yap at some point, just talking about stars. Because I know a lot about stars as well. But yeah, that's a series that's gonna show up soon, so get ready for that. And then the Slade the Princess series as well. Yeah, I in particular want to talk about white dwarf stars, because I find them very interesting. I also want to talk about the North Star, a little mention in the shark video, because sharks are older than the North Star. Literally, when the first sharks, when they existed, there was no North Star in the sky. There were no trees and there was no North Star. And sharks started to develop. The first sharks that look kind of like the ones we see today were there when there was no North Star in our skies. Which I just think is beautiful and interesting. A lot of people are like, oh, sharks are older than trees, that's impressive. And I'm like, you do not understand stars, or you would think the star thing is more impressive. Because that means, technically, the North Star is probably older than sharks, but the light finally reached Earth for the first time when sharks were already around. Because when you look at the sky, when you're looking at the stars, a lot of them are gone by this point, because they're, so far away, so many light years away, that we are perceiving them thousands of years ago. Stars are time travelers in a way. We are seeing an image of them from thousands of years ago. Hundreds to thousands of years ago, all the stars in the sky are what we're seeing. And that's very interesting, because that means a lot of the stars in the sky that we see are gone. We are seeing something that's already gone, oftentimes. And also, whenever we see a red giant, we all know it's probably gone. For example, Betelgeuse. Betelgeuse is a star that is probably gone. We can't confirm its absence, but it looks like a red giant. Red giants are the last stage of star's lifespan before they go boom and become a white dwarf. So Betelgeuse is likely a white dwarf at this point. Or a red dwarf. There's other kinds of dwarf. But, yeah. It's very interesting, because the sky we look at is a star graveyard, and no one likes to mention that. This is why I want to talk about stars. They are so interesting and so beautiful. Because, I get that planets are cool. We love talking about planets, but I think stars are cooler. Did you know also most galaxies, like galaxies as a concept, the thing they're rotating around is a black hole? Our galaxy, the Milky Way, is rotating around a black hole. Technically, our sun is doing a rotation like the planets do around the sun, which is very interesting. No one talks about how the sun is rotating around something, but the sun is rotating around something, which is a black hole in the middle of our galaxy. Also, in a millions of years, the Milky Way and the Andromeda galaxy are likely going to combine. They are very close galaxies to each other, so long past when humans are gone, they're going to combine. And I can't wait for the Milky Andromeda galaxy. Like, there's no name for the concept yet. Everyone just calls it that because we're not going to be around to see it. Like, humans are not making it to see that, but it's beautiful in a way. That it's something that we can see the starts of that will affect something outside of all of our lifespans. Outside of the lifespan of humanity, likely. Because, like, sure, humanity could survive and adapt by then. But we probably won't. It's the concept that the universe isn't made for us. We are just a part of it. Because a lot of humans try to act like the universe is made for us, but why would we have galaxies combining past when humanity is likely going to be all gone if it really is that way, kind of thing? The galaxy is not made for us, the universe is not made for us. We are a part of the universe, and that's beautiful. Other cool things. Eventually the Earth will get swallowed by the sun. This is also past when humanity is going to be probably gone, because it's like, it's almost a million years in the future, I think, of, eventually the sun is going to become a red giant. It's going to definitely swallow Mercury and Venus, but it is also very likely going to swallow the Earth. Like, we can't fully know if it's going to swallow Earth or not, but, like, it's probably going to swallow Earth. And then, depending on the size, Mars will maybe be the same distance the Earth was from the Sun. Mars might become habitable. It might get into the habitable range long after the Earth is gone. Like, that's a very interesting detail, is Mars might become the new Earth till the sun explodes, and Mars will lose all the warmth because the sun will become cold. The sun will become a white dwarf, or a red dwarf, either one. There's two kinds. But once it becomes a dwarf star, Mars will no longer have heat, and yeah. Mars, though, for a few thousand years is going to be really comfortable. The Earth is not going to be comfortable, because even if we do not get swallowed by the sun when that happens, we would be the same distance as Mercury is from the sun. And you know Mercury. Also, years would be a lot longer by that point, because the sun's going to be a lot bigger. Also, did you know the moon is slowly drifting away from the Earth? Currently, the moon, for so many years, has been drifting away from the Earth. So, people theorize that that's going to start drifting closer to the Earth eventually, and then it might crash into the Earth. So, eventually, the moon's going to be gone. The other option is the moon does not get pulled in by the gravitational pull, or gets pulled in by the gravitational pull of something else, and we just lose the moon. Space facts. Space really makes you feel so small and insignificant, but in a beautiful way. Keeps, did you find all of that interesting? You see why I want to make a space video? Especially about stars. Also, the sun is a star. The sun is just named the sun. Like, a lot of people do not know the sun is a star, and it's a little embarrassing. But yeah, that's just a star. It's the same as any other star in the sky. If there are aliens out there, like, forever away or something, and they can still see the sun from the distance, they likely see the sun as the same way we see our stars. They likely look at it and they have like a name for it, it's part of a constellation, etc. And that's kind of beautiful. That we may never find alien life, but there's so much of a chance of it existing, that's the thing. Like, at this point, it's more likely alien life exists than doesn't. Sure, we have also proven that aliens exist, like, a lot of people have said aliens exist. But I'm meaning, like, even outside of the intelligent ones that can, like, reach us, I'm not including them, I'm including any alien life. And then, literally, we have found microorganisms on Europa, which is one of Jupiter's moons. It's a sea that is frozen under a sheet of ice. And there's microorganisms there. We have not done full studies into this, but there might be actual organisms there. Like, there might be more than microorganisms, because the first state of organisms is microorganisms. And then they evolve into humans and stuff like that. They evolve into animals and humans, etc. So, we actually might have alien life in our solar system. We're just trying to figure it out currently. Which, I think it's beautiful that humanity is not alone out there. There are clearly other things, and that's beautiful. Like, if you can sustain life, or if life can adapt in a different way, because a lot of the time scientists will rule out a planet for it's too hot or too cold, but I would say you can't really rule it out fully, completely, because different things adapt to different temperatures. Like, there could be something out there that just photosynthesizes and is an animal. Like, there doesn't need to be plant life wherever it is, because it feeds on the energy from the sun. That could just exist. Science keeps saying, oh, these planets have been ruled out, but there is one planet forever away that we cannot reach in our lifespans that, it is habitable like Earth. Scientists have not learned much about it, but what they do know is it's the same distance from its star. It is warm and cold like Earth, and it has water. It has water. Sure, we can't go check that planet for life, but that's one of the planets we found out about. And it's actually kind of planned a little bit by the scientific community that if Earth ever becomes completely inhabitable, that's the first place we're turning to. Like, we will also turn to Mars, but Mars is not habitable fully. But if we can manage to get ourselves out there and plant plants and grow them, we could get oxygen there. Because it's appropriate for life. Sure, that's probably not going to happen for a really long time, but also scientists think very ahead. And for example, this is probably where we'll go whenever the sun explodes, if humanity has not doomed themselves first. And space is a very interesting concept once you think about it. If you just think about space casually, you're not going to know this. But the second you think think of space non-casually. It's like, holy damn. Anyways, my favorite star is Sirius. Sirius is called the dog star. That's why I like it. But yeah, space is a very interesting concept. Looking up at the stars, it's so interesting. And I wish most of humanity knew this, because, like, I love, like, stargazing and stuff, because you are seeing into the past. Like, oh, also, did you know that time can be distorted if you go in a black hole? You're probably gonna die, but you can actually time travel in a black hole. Realistically, you are time traveling forward in a black hole, because when you go in a black hole, or at least from what science knows, like, we have not actually been able to throw someone in a black hole, but the world around you speeds up because the black hole distorts time and makes time for you very slow. So procedurally, that's how you time travel into the future. Sure, you can't go back, but there is a way to time travel. It's called a black hole. Because it starts to distort time. You guys see why I want to do a space talk? Like, stars are my favorite part, but that's also that I've always been excited and, like, interested in the life cycle of a star. I'm gonna say it. In a way, stars feel alive. Like, they're not alive, but if I was to compare something in space that is not alive to something alive, I would compare stars. They have a life cycle. They die eventually. They have states. They start out in being a nebula, and then the dust comes together and makes a new star, and then that new star lives and gets bigger and bigger and bigger till it gets too big and explodes. Then that stardust from that star exploding becomes a new nebula. Meanwhile, the old star becomes a dwarf star, which is kind of like, it's kind of like the core of a star. And it can even become a black hole, by the way. A star with enough force could become a black hole, but most of the time they become a new nebula, and then that new nebula becomes a new star, or even more stars. Like, it can become like 2, 3, 4 stars. Stars feel almost alive in a beautiful way. They're always rotating around something. They have things rotating around them as well. If anything is close to alive of something space related that is not alive, it's stars. They literally have a life cycle. And my info dump. Being autistic. Hello, we're talking about space. Welcome in, Crowish. I was talking about space for the last... Keeps, how long have I been talking about space? Like 20 minutes. I talked about animals and now I'm talking about space. Oh. Keeps, do you have an opinion on how I say stars are kind of alive in their own weird way? Because they're not alive. They just have a life cycle, which is mostly seen in animals. I find stars beautiful, okay? I have like a love for space and stars. I was really big into it as a kid. It, literally, like when I was 10, I was so into stars and stuff. Bum, bum, bum. Stars. Yes. Did you know they have a life cycle, Crowish? This is what I was talking about. Stars have a life cycle, like an animal does. It's really interesting. Stars start out as nebulas, which is a bunch of stardust that exists in space and makes really cool patterns sometimes. I really suggest looking up nebulas. They're really pretty. Um, and then some of the stardust comes together and becomes a star. There's multiple stars that are created from a nebula usually. That star will continue to grow bigger and bigger and bigger till eventually it's too big and it explodes. It goes to a state called a red giant and then goes boom. From that boom, it creates a new nebula and it will become a white dwarf, red dwarf, or even a black hole, depending on the star. Depending on the star size and just the things about the star. So it's like an elderly form. White dwarfs, in particular, let me describe them. They're like cooled off star cores. So like they're kind of like a planet at that point, but they're a little warm still. They take a long time to fully burn out. But that happens, and then the new nebula becomes new stars. It's a life cycle. Which is why I have the argument that stars are kind of alive in a way. They follow the same rules as something that would be alive. Of they exist, they reproduce, nebulas, they get old, they're babies at a certain point. Like, and they leave a corpse behind. That's the same thing animals do. And I just find it very interesting. There's also different kinds of stars. Also, some stars will, so solar systems are just anything orbiting a star. There's stars that are orbiting each other. Yes. Our sun is just not fully old. It is still the same size as a lot of other stars in our sky. It's just younger. Eventually, it will also become a red giant, and when it becomes a red giant, it'll swallow Mercury and Venus because it'll become big enough where those two are like touching it. It might even swallow Earth, kind of thing. That's how big the sun is going to get someday. Is Earth might be swallowed as well. Like, definitely Mercury and Venus. Maybe Earth. So, yeah, that's like millions of years in the future. But, like, it's still pretty cool. And then Mars might become habitable, because Mars might be the same distance as the Earth is from the Sun currently. So for a while, Mars is going to be very comfortable. Like Mars, its water will the ice on Mars will warm up and become water for a while. Like sure, humanity will be long gone, but Mars will exist. I know a lot about space. But yeah, I think stars are very cool and almost alive in a way. Also, interesting thing, a lot of stars you see in the sky are dead because stars with their light of we are just seeing them at the speed of light. Of they are so many light years away that majority of the stars you see in our sky are we're seeing them 100 years ago, 1,000 years ago, 1,000,000 years ago. So we're not seeing them what they look like currently. We're seeing them thousands, if not millions of years ago, because the light has finally reached us. So a lot of them are gone at this point. Since, yeah, especially the red giants we know of are likely gone. The scientific community even talks about the red giants as in past tense because they are likely gone. We are just now seeing Betelgeuse, but a pretty well-known fact is Betelgeuse is probably gone. That star likely does not exist anymore. It's likely a nebula that we cannot see yet. Cool facts by me. I hope you guys find that as interesting as I do. Stars are beautiful. Valid. Did you know the stars, we cannot see most of them now because of pollution? We only see about 10% of the night sky now. Because of pollution, there's no empty night sky where you can look up and see the stars. Humanity has stolen the stars from themselves. Because it's supposed to, without light pollution and without pollution, it's supposed to be millions of stars able to be seen. Ooh. Yes, please do send it to me, Cubes. But we've stolen our skies from ourselves. And I think that is one of the saddest facts about pollution. Like, yes, also animals are dying, but also the stars that people could see for our entire times here. The stars that the sharks developed alongside. The stars that were here before the trees. We can't see anymore. We can only see, like, a few constellations. When used to, the night skies back when, like, it was ancient times, like, even just, like, 200 years ago, were empty. They were clear. You could see thousands of stars from anywhere. That's sad. yes, I am also sad about animals and stuff like that, because, like, I am sad about the animals as well, but the thing is, stars were here before the animals, and we've robbed that from ourselves, and I think that is one of the most fucked up parts about pollution. That we have robbed ourselves and the animals of something that's been consistent for our entire existence. Their entire existence. This planet's entire existence. We're supposed to be able to see all of them. We just can't. Oh, also, by the way, one fact that will be totally fucked up for you guys. The North Star isn't north. The North Star is not exactly north. I think it's like northwest. Does not point north. Somehow, a lot of people have said it's a Mandela effect, and I also agree it's a Mandela effect. I was told it points exactly north. Damn. Christmas. Yeah, let me look this up because I want it exactly. Does it does move because all stars move, but it usually does not exactly point north. Like, it will remain north enough to consider it north, but it is usually not exactly north. Oh, also, sharks are older than the North Star. I love the fact that sharks are older than North Star, because they actually, when sharks, like the first sharks, which look very similar to the sharks of today, of some species look very similar, when the first sharks started existing, trees weren't around, and the North Star could not be seen in our skies. Because of the speed of light and stuff, the North Star had not been perceivable yet. So, literally, the first sharks could not see the North Star. It was just simply not in their skies. Which is very interesting. I find space interesting, and I find sharks interesting. Also, the fact that we have made sharks practically, like, a lot of shark species are now endangered, or even some have been driven extinct. And humanity refuses to say that, despite how they've been here longer than us. The one thing that can make sharks endangered was us. And that's sad. Like, the fact that these ancient beasts that were around from before majority of what we know of are going extinct because of us. Yeah, they're also so sweet. It's like they've been around longer than us. They outlived the dinosaurs. They outlived so many things. They are older than the North Star could be seen in our skies. They are older than trees. They are older than life being on the land instead of in the seas. And we've made them go endangered. And that's sad. Because, yeah, people still poach them for shark fins. Do not support shark finning. The saddest part about shark finning is, I'm going to say this, they usually hack off the fins and throw the shark back in alive, leaving the shark to suffocate. They don't even give the shark the mercy of death. Which, that is fucked up. Yeah. It's like we've stolen the skies from ourselves where we can no longer see the stars. We've made species that are long older than us go endangered. And even critically endangered. Some shark species, like, I'm going to look up critically endangered sharks real quick, and I'll tell you which ones are critically endangered. Critically endangered sharks. Let's see, So, the oceanic white shark, let's see how many are left of them. Because, yeah. We're going to look up how many are left. Damn. Scientists think the oceanic white tip shark has lost about 95 to 98% or more of its population. That is a big population. The great hammerhead is next. How many left? The great hammerheads have lost 80% of their population. Some people claim like there's only 200 left, but it's probably not exactly. But that's the great hammerheads. The scalloped hammerheads are also being mentioned. %of scalloped hammerheads have died over the it's declined by 80% over the last 75 years. Let's see. Potatori shark. Good yawn. Scientists believe there is fewer than 250 mature adults left in the wild of this kind. I want to see what they look like. So I'm gonna look that up real quick because I've never really heard of these guys. Oh, they look so cool. They're like little cuties. Got the dumbest little face. To learn that there's only 200 of them left because of humanity. Dagger nose shark. Fewer than 250 left in the wild. Their population has shrunk that much. Angel sharks, that's really sad to see angel sharks here because I love angel sharks. They're one of my favorite kinds of sharks. To learn that they're apparently they have declined 70 to 90% over the last 50 years. Like 50 to 60 years. They have declined 70 to 90% of their population. The short-finned mako. Just the fact that these things outlasted the dinosaurs. They were here before trees. And up to 79% of short-finned makos over the last 70 years have become endangered. But yeah, the fact that these species, like sharks, have been around from before dinosaurs, before like before the North Star, before trees, and now they're going extinct, endangered, etc. over the course of the last 100 years is really sad. Especially because there's not enough things trying to save them. Because a lot of people believe sharks are scary. They're not scary. Most sharks do not want to hurt someone. They are capable of hurting someone, but they usually avoid it. But yeah, guys, support sharks or we're gonna lose them. That's really sad that we have started to make so many shark species go endangered. You know what? Have we made anything go extinct lately? Damn. We haven't seen a lot of different kinds of sharks for many years. Chat, it's sad. I'm being sad. I'm making you guys support sharks because they're older than us and we're making them go extinct. I also think it sucks that games like Minecraft will not add sharks for the simple reason of they could make them a neutral mob, and humans when playing Minecraft have hopped on a lot of endangered species because they learned about them in Minecraft, but Minecraft's like, oh, I don't want them killing the sharks, and it's like, Minecraft, add sharks, please. They need the publicity stunt. Make them tameable. Because sharks will actually go up to their favorite divers for pets. A lot of different kinds of sharks will do that. So make it where sharks will, at first, swim away from you, but eventually, will start to trust you if you spend enough time around them, give them some food, etc. Make them, like, bond with you through spending enough time around you. And then make it where, like, they will attack the drowns and elder guardians around you, or even, hear me out, they will, if you take them to the sea temple, you don't get mining fatigue, because you brought the shark with you, and it just, like, cancels out the mining fatigue for you. That could be how they could do it, don't make them leadable, instead make it where they follow you, like, consistently follow you. And that's only if they trust you. And then you have a shark species that, like, we could show the positivity of the fact that sharks will trust divers and actually sometimes get territorial over divers. They will, like, choose, this is my diver, fuck off, this is mine, a lot of the time. Um, like, don't make them fully tameable, but make them interesting like that. Then, sure, you can make them a neutral mob and give the option to kill them because it's Minecraft, but you could also make it just useful enough that, you don't really think to kill them, because instead it's a lot better to bring them to, like, a sea temple and make them only drop, like, one piece of fish or something, where they don't have a good drop. Make them pretty bulky. Make them have a good attack stat, too, where killing one is just not what you want to do, kind of thing, because you're likely going to get mauled, and there's just a way more useful way to do things. Also make it where when they trust you, you can put them in buckets, because I am so tired of any ocean species that you cannot put in a bucket. It is so annoying. And make sure they're bucketable. Make sure you can put them in a bucket. But that's how I would design sharks for Minecraft, and Minecraft keeps saying, oh, we're not adding sharks because people will want to kill them. Make it where they're not something they're going to want to kill because they have a use. Like, make them hunt the drowns. Make them hunt guardians and elder guardians. Heck, make it where the elder guardians and guardians don't fight back against them. So suddenly they're a really viable thing to bring to an underwater temple. They won't be fought back against, but make the, like, you know how, like, there's the code for creepers to run from cats? Make them run from them and not attack back. Instead, just be scared by them. Or the code that makes the dogs with skeletons, where skeletons will run from the dogs, but won't fight the dogs. Make that how it works, and suddenly you got a really viable way to put sharks in Minecraft. Minecraft's excuse that they don't want to add sharks because people will hunt the sharks is so stupid, because also you have the ability to kill a panda in Minecraft. Okay, in general, Minecraft's argument that mobs, like, it's gonna add mobs and not give them a drop is really stupid, for the simple reason the panda drops bamboo. Like, it would be a very immoral farm to make a panda farm, but you are technically able to make a panda farm. Like, Minecraft saying, oh, we're not gonna give this mob a drop because, we don't want people fighting this mob, then remove the panda drop, Minecraft. Because, like, sure, bamboo is useless, but you can still give mobs a drop that is very useless, Minecraft. Like, you did it with the panda. Polar bears also drop fish. Polar bears drop fish. They drop a decent amount of fish if you fight a polar bear. This excuse is just, like, so half-baked that it's kind of stupid. Because, like, sure, certain things shouldn't drop anything. For example, I would say bees should not drop, anything, because bees are too small to drop anything. And bats are the first ambient mob. I do not mind that bats don't drop anything. Technically, they could give bats a drop, but, like, yeah, it isn't necessary. But then you get into stuff like the mountain goats not dropping anything. It's like, the mountain goats should drop mutton. I don't care. It's a goat. It is a mountain goat. It should have some drop, kind of thing. Or let you shear them. Yes. Like, the bats have always been something that, like, hasn't had a drop. But, yeah, like, the thing is, Minecraft with its new mobs, where they don't drop anything, I wouldn't be killing any of these mobs. Like, arguably, me, I would not be killing them. I would not. But it just feels really inconsistent, kind of thing. Like, it's just, I'm pissed at it because it's a very inconsistent excuse. Completely because the giant pandas drop bamboo. Like, if the pandas did not drop bamboo, I would not be mad about this. But the fact that their argument is, oh, we're trying to not encourage players to kill these mobs, yet they haven't removed the drop from pandas of bamboo. They need to give the new mobs drops or remove the drops from, like, pandas. Because, like, sure, bamboo's pretty useless, but you can give mobs useless drops. Minecraft, it's okay to give a mob a useless drop. Like, for example, foxes don't drop anything if they're not carrying anything. But you could probably find something for foxes to drop. Like, logistically, foxes could drop something. I would actually say that foxes should have their own unique drop. Of, for example, you know those little, like, accessories where it's, like, a foxtail? I would say foxes should drop their tails. Like how, rabbits can drop their feet when you kill them in Minecraft. I would say you should be able to do that. Like, yes, you shouldn't be fighting foxes, that's stupid, but you should still have a drop for it. You should still have a consistent drop if we have rabbits have, like, rabbit hide, rabbit food, like, rabbit, can't remember exactly what it's called, but it's like the rabbit meat, and then also have a rare drop of rabbit foot. That's 3 drops that one mob can have, and I don't see anyone actually seeking out rabbits. Like, I do not see people consistently hunting the bunnies. Despite how they have 3 different drops. Just make them semi-useless. And then the mountain goats. Mountain goats either need a drop or some other use than just the horns. Because I would say let mountain goats be sheared. Or let them be milked. Or both. Because goat milk is a thing. Sure, mountain goats are not goats, but Minecraft is lying and calling them goats. So they should make them consistently useful. Like, I don't even need a drop from mountain goats. I just need them to have a use. Like, come on, Minecraft. Step it up. You know what? Let's actually look through Minecraft mobs, and I will tell you what they should all drop. Yes. Bats should be able to do that. Or, in particular, I would make them only really attack silverfish. Because I would say that, like, silverfish are the only thing in the size range that I would see them being able to attack. But, yeah, I get it. Minecraft mobs. The thing is, Minecraft just keeps adding mobs that have, like, no use whatsoever, and it's really stupid kind of thing. Okay, so we're gonna look for the passive mobs. So the allays don't drop anything. Like, I don't think allays are supposed to drop anything. They're like little ghost things. And vexes also don't drop anything. So I'm gonna give allays the, like, allowed to not drop anything. Completely because they're related to vexes, and vexes don't drop anything. But if they ever give vexes a drop, allays have to get that drop. Like, no way of not doing that. Armadillos. Armadillos drop nothing. You're supposed to, like, use the brush on them. But I would say they should still have, like, a rare chance of dropping a scoot if you kill them. Because, like, also, armadillos are pretty hard to kill. It's just gonna be more consistent to use the brush. Because they can roll up and completely take no damage from you. So it's like, armadillos should have a drop. It's not to encourage you to fight them. It's just for consistency, kind of thing. Axolotls. Do axolotls drop anything? Because, let's see. No, they do not drop anything. Axolotls, I would say just let them drop one piece of tropical fish. Like, it's just because, like, it's gonna be better to go hunt the tropical fish there, but just the fact that axolotls drop nothing is what I'm trying to solve. Like, logistically, do not fight axolotls. But, um, bats drop nothing. I don't really expect bats to drop anything. If I was to give bats a drop, though, I would either give them spider eyes, because, yeah, or I would give them, apples, because that would be a nod to how bats eat fruit. It would have a consistency of, oh, they had a fruit on them, or some sort of fruit seed. Of, like, they could introduce, like, some sort of tree variant, like a fruit tree variant that you can only get if you kill a bat and have the seed. But I wouldn't say that they should make it encouraged to kill bats. I'm just saying they should have, like, maybe a drop of an apple, just in case you kill one, kind of thing. Camels have no drop. I think camels should drop leather. Arguably, camels are the level of they should drop leather, kind of thing. Cats. Cats drop string. By the way, cats in Minecraft drop string. Makes it even more inconsistent. Chickens have their drops. Cod have its drop. Do copper golems even drop copper? Okay, yep. Copper golems do drop copper, so copper golems are not complained about. Cows drop things. Donkeys drop things. Frogs. Do frogs drop anything? Nope. Make frogs drop spider eyes. Hear me out, frogs just drop spider eyes now. Solved. Or even make them drop a slime ball. So that there's a way in passive Minecraft to get slime balls. Like, I don't think they want you killing the frogs. But if you are going to kill the frogs, there should be some sort of drop. Glow squid have drops. Happy Ghast does not have a drop. They just drop their harness. So, Happy Ghast, what I would say for a Happy Ghast is give them the ghast tears that normal ghasts have, because they're sad that you would kill them. I would say that they should still have the tears of the ghast tears that you can get from a normal ghast completely, because it'll have a tragic light of they thought they were free and you ruined it. So give them the ghast tears. It will also make those accessible in Peaceful Minecraft if you want to be a monster. But yeah, horse has drops of horse drops leather. Mushroom drops mushrooms. Mule drops leather. Ocelot. Does an ocelot still drop anything? Ocelots no longer drop anything. Make them drop string like the normal cats. Parrots don't drop anything, do they? Oh, they drop feathers. Okay, parrots are fine. Parrots get off with, they drop feathers. Pigs drop some rabbits, salmon, sheep. Skeleton horse. Do skeleton horses drop bones or no? Yep, they do drop bones. Good. Sniffer drops nothing. Give it the drop of some moss. Because, like, sure, moss is useless of the sniffer dropping it, but, like, it would be a lot easier to go get your own moss, but give them moss drops. Because also another thing that is useful with drops is even if people aren't, like, hunting them out, it gives you something to bury if you make a grave for your mob. Like, if you had a pet sniffer and then it got struck by lightning or something, you would have a block of moss to remember them by. Which is why I would argue the sniffer should have a drop. Like, yeah. Snow golems drop snow, squid drop something. Do striders drop anything? They drop string. Okay, striders drop string. That's fine. Sulfur cubes. What do they drop? They just drop the block. That's useless. I don't know what sulfur cubes should drop, though. They just should drop something. Tadpoles shouldn't drop anything because it's a baby mob, so, like, yeah. Tropical fish drop something. Turtles do not drop anything. But, oh, actually, yeah, turtles do drop seagrass. They drop seagrass. And then they have a chance of dropping a bowl. So turtles drop something. Villagers aren't supposed to drop anything. Zombie horses aren't supposed to. Then we get into neutral mobs, which is even more of a reason to drop something because they actually fight you. Bees drop nothing, but I would give bees just a basic, like, spider eye drop if I had to give them a drop, completely because they're an insect. So, yeah, bees, I would give that to. Cave spiders drop something. Dolphins do not drop anything. Do they? Nope, they drop cod. Dolphins drop something, chat. Drown don't drop anything. Actually, drown drop something. Enderman drop something. Foxes drop nothing. I would say the foxtails is a good idea. Because I don't know what else you would give a fox as a drop. Goats should drop mutton or wool. There should not be a no drops for goats, like 110%. Iron golems drop something. Llamas drop leather. Nautilus drop nautilus shells. Panda drop bamboo. The most inconsistent part is pandas have a drop. Piglins. Do piglins drop? I just don't know exactly. They drop their equipment. So they don't drop anything other than their equipment. Okay, give piglins a chance to drop pork because I just think they should have that. Polar bears, they drop fish. Pufferfish, they drop themselves. Spiders drop all those things. Trader llamas drop stuff. Wolves don't drop anything, I don't think. Yeah, wolves drop nothing. Wolves are useful in their own right, but I would give wolves maybe, I would say wolves do not need an actual drop, per se. I would say more, they should add a new item of a collar that drops when your wolf dies. That has, like, no use, but is something that you can bury. Because one of the things that drops for, mobs that you, like, own, one of the things for that is actually burying the mob. Of when they die tragically, you should be able to bury it. You should have something to put in the ground with their name tag, with their name. So, yeah. Or if they don't want to add a completely new item, make wolves drop name tags. Because logistically now, there is a new way to get name tags that makes them so much easier. But you could put their name on it and put it in the ground if you like. Like, make it only dogs drop name tags, so you have to, like, spend a lot of bones to do it anyways, kind of thing. And the wild wolves, I don't see what they would drop. Maybe a bone. Like, you can give these mobs drops, Minecraft. I've thought of ways where they wouldn't be too useful. They just also would have something. And, like, even the ones that aren't supposed to have something, but I'm just saying they should have it because the fact that pandas drop bamboo. And I hope you guys like my idea. It's just completely the the inconsistency of the drops. Like, I'm not bothered by mobs not dropping things. It's just when it gets really inconsistent, and then Minecraft's only excuse is, oh, we don't want people killing that mob. But then pandas have a drop. That's my problem with it. It's completely tied to that, because, like, logistically, I have no problem with it. I can see why some mobs should not be killed when other uh, the other mobs should be. But the panda is just the exact reason why I judge it. Cause, like, if there was no panda, that I would not judge it. I would not say that mobs need drops. But the fact of the panda is when I go, okay, so they do need drops actually. Hello, we're talking about Minecraft mobs and the inconsistency between some of them having drops and some of them not. Did you know the panda drops bamboo? And now Minecraft will try to tell you that they won't give a mob a drop because they don't want people killing it. When the panda drops bamboo. And they need to remove the panda drop. Or stop with this bullshit and give mobs drops. And also, the polar bear drops fish. Neither of those things are too helpful, but, like, they exist. Yeah, it's like, if Minecraft is gonna come up with the idea that they won't give a mob a drop because they don't want you killing that mob, then why does the panda drop bamboo? They have this really stupid excuse of they've not given new mobs drops because they don't want people going and fighting endangered species, and it's like, the panda drops bamboo. The panda, first off, it's a neutral mob. It fights back against you. So that gives you incentive to try to fight it because it has the encouragement to fight it. And second off, it drops bamboo. And doesn't drop anything useful, but it drops something. I just went over ideas of what everything should drop to make it consistent. Yep. Yes. Exactly. Or also, another mob that, like, is just really funny because they're like, oh, it's inaccurate, frogs. They were like, oh, we can't add lightning bugs because of the frogs. The frogs shouldn't eat lightning bugs in real life. And I'm like, let me hold your hand, Mojang. You have inconsistencies. For example, dolphins in real life attack pufferfish. Dolphins in Minecraft do not hunt pufferfish. Um, and dolphins in real life actually attack pufferfish to get high. So, like, there's a second layer to that one. Other inconsistencies with their mobs. Foxes. They're just inconsistent with their foxes, to be honest. Like, yeah, sharks are necessary, but they're like, oh, we don't want attacking sharks. And I actually went on a rant a minute ago of how I would implement sharks as someone who knows a lot about sharks. Because I would make them a neutral mob, but I would make them kind of tameable. They're not tameable, but they follow the same rules as, like, foxes, for example. In particular, I would make it where if you spend enough time around them and, like, give them food and stuff like that, like, let's say if you spend, like, 10 minutes following around a shark, don't be an issue, give them some food, they'll come to you. You can feed them more, you can interact with them, and they'll start to bond with you. And then procedurally, this is useful because they'll protect you from other underwater mobs. And they'll actually follow you around like how the dolphins follow you around. For example, they would follow, like, I'm just doing basic shark, to be honest. It's inspired by how sharks have favorite divers. Some sharks will have favorite divers that they'll immediately swim up to and want pets from whenever, like, the diver's in the water. Um, then they will also sometimes fight each other for attention by that person. Um, yes. They will often also fight for attention from that person with our sharks. So I would consider that they will protect you like a wolf would. Of if a drown attacks you, the shark will go after the drown. But then we get into what I would consider the most useful thing I would give sharks. I would make them really good when you want to go to an ocean temple. I would make them where if you are near a shark, the Elder Guardian will not be able to give you mining fatigue. I would also make sharks also attack Guardians and Elder Guardians, and I would make the Elder Guardians and Guardians not fight back like how skeletons do against wolves. Skeletons will try to run from wolves, but will not fight the wolves, but would be distracted by them. So I would give sharks that ability and make them where you can't, like, lead them there, like, you can't put a lead on them, but they'll follow you there if they have enough trust from you. Like, if you build their trust enough and work really hard on it, they'll follow you, and they'll also be allowed to be put in a bucket of once you develop trust. I would say sharks would have 3 stages of trust. Stage 1, they're avoiding you. They're not being near you. They will swim away from you, and if you attack them, they'll attack you back, kind of thing. Stage 2, they are starting to get more trusting of you. They'll actually swim up to you, take food, etc. They will still attack if you attack them. stage 3, they would be considered a passive mob, and they'll swim up to you immediately. They, this is built from stage 2 with feeding them and stuff like that. Stage 1, you have to be near them. Stage 2, you have to feed them. Stage 3, that's pretty much your tamed shark. They are also bucketable at this stage, but not able to be put on a lead. Actually, I would let them be put on a lead in this stage, but not the previous stages. That's how I would implement sharks. Logistically, I would also give them a drop of, like, fish or something. Like, dolphins drop cod, sharks can as well. But, if you give them, like, more of a reason to keep around than just kill for a piece of cod, people aren't gonna fight the sharks. People are not gonna fight the sharks if you make them useful enough, Mojang. Like, make them, just give them these details I've laid out, and suddenly, people aren't gonna fight them. They're gonna domesticate them. It's gonna be a little trickier than the average mob, because you have to actually build trust and, like, befriend them. But I would say that that would be a pretty good way to implement them. Also, I would let them be bucketable because, like, technically they shouldn't be bucketable. I just, like, get so damn mad when a mob is not bucketable. Like, trying to transport a mob that's like a water mob where you can't get them on land, but you also can't bucket them is just, like, a pest. Yes. I would more use them against hostile mobs, but I would also say that they can kill fish. I feel like the fish mechanic would not be implemented very well. For example, you know how if you put an axolotl near any tropical fish, they'll just, like, go fucking feral and kill all of them? That's why I wouldn't give a co-hunting mechanic, because Mojang has a problem with the mobs should have a hunger bar, and should only hunt when the hunger bar reaches 0. But they don't, and instead they just go after everything within a radius, which just doesn't actually work. So I know that that's how Mojang's doing this right now, so I wouldn't give them co-hunting completely, because imagine if you have befriended a shark and you're trying to go find some tropical fish or something, or a squid, and then procedurally the shark kills every single thing you see. That's just how it would be implemented, and I know that, so I will leave that part out. Like, I would say that they could maybe fight squids, but it's just, like, if they're fighting other fish, it's gonna be annoying. Yep. Oh, yeah, if you do punch it, that would be a good idea. But, like Mojang, it's so easy to add sharks and make a very positive image for the sharks. Like, you don't have to make them have a negative image. Yes, that works. But Mojang being like, people will hunt the sharks, and I'm like, there's an option where people will not hunt the sharks. It's called making them more useful alive than dead, and not making them inherently hostile. Like, and then Mojang would say, but what if kids go up to the sharks and it's like, their parents should be watching them at the ocean. And also, Mojang, some of the mobs you've added are dangerous for a kid to go up to. Did you know one of the few animals that can carry leprosy is an armadillo? Leprosy is only carried by humans and armadillos. Also, an armadillo can scratch you. Like, note to that too. But An armadillo you're way more likely to run into, and you can literally get leprosy from it. It's not safe to randomly approach an armadillo, but Minecraft would let you know differently. Because leprosy is terrifying. I've done a lot of research into leprosy, and the fact that you can... Minecraft has no argument about approaching an armadillo. Mojang's excuse about sharks is so stupid because you shouldn't approach an armadillo. You, other passive mobs that are just unsafe to approach, but yeah, that too. But like, let's see. So, let's look for the passive mobs and things you can find in your day-to-day life that are dangerous to approach. If you know an axolotl, like, you're not gonna run into an axolotl, but you are not supposed to touch them. You are not supposed to bring them out of water, which Mojang for some reason made it where the axolotls can walk on land, which, no, they are completely aquatic in real life. That's just not exactly what it is. So, axolotls, if you treated them the same way you treated them in Minecraft, it would be dangerous. Armadillos can spread leprosy. You should look at an armadillo from afar, but you should not go close to them because, sure, we have treatments for leprosy at this point, but leprosy is still a terrifying disease. Especially because leprosy, you don't realize you have leprosy for about 5 to 20 years. The first signs of leprosy take 5 to 20 years to be noticeable. So if you are a kid and you go up to an armadillo because you learned, ooh, nice. But if you learned about armadillos in Minecraft and you find them really cute and you manage to not get bit by an armadillo because, like, you're probably going to get bit by an armadillo, the thing is, this is especially dangerous for poor kids in the US of insurance. If you are disabled and you can't get insurance, the government will give you insurance, but it runs out when you turn to an adult. So if you had a run-in with an armadillo when you were, like, let's say 7, and you did not know that leprosy could be in your system, and leprosy started showing signs 10, 15 years later, you would be without insurance. You would die of leprosy, despite how there is a cure for leprosy now. Like, armadillos are really dangerous for kids to interact with because they're one of the only carriers of leprosy in current day. Humans also can carry it, but armadillos can carry it. That's like, yeah, Minecraft, with its excuse that sharks are dangerous for kids to try to approach and befriend. Minecraft, I love armadillos. But if that is your rule set, you should not have them in your game. Completely, because some kid might be stupid enough to pet one and might get leprosy. It's just not safe. Armadillos are not a safe animal to be around. They're really cute, and I've watched one from across the yard of like a few months ago. There was one in our neighbor's yard, and I literally sat on my own porch and watched it from afar, and it was adorable. I love armadillos, but it's still dangerous. Yes, it's like, it's still 100% dangerous to consistently, like, in Minecraft, armadillos are also something you have to get really close to. You have to brush them to, get the scoots. You have to brush them. You have to literally go up to the armadillo and brush them to get the thing. That is encouraging children to pet armadillos. Like, yes, I know that it's not exactly encouraging them to pet armadillos. It's not. That's, like, media literacy. But if with Minecraft's logic about sharks, armadillos are more dangerous than sharks. Because, like, sure, not all of them are going to have leprosy, but some of them are. Yep, valid. But, like, sure, armadillos are not gonna always have leprosy. I am gonna say that, like, there are armadillos without leprosy, and it's a small amount, but the fact that Minecraft is encouraging you to interact very closely with a species that carries the most dangerous disease that has ever existed in humankind. Like, leprosy cases, they go back really far. Luckily now we have treatments for leprosy, but they go back really far, and I would argue it is the most dangerous disease. Because people have been having it for fucking thousands of years now. It is literally mentioned in the Bible. So, like, yeah, we have historic recollection of, like, yeah, the Bible is probably a fictional work, but also the fact that the Bible was written that far back, and they mentioned leprosy. Leprosy has been a plague on humanity for so very long that Minecraft encouraging you to be around the one animal that can spread it, that's more dangerous than encouraging you to be around sharks. Because sharks is going to be a fun, nice, quick death. Leprosy is going to get at you for a long time. Especially if you've lost insurance. Because, yeah, if you interact with an armadillo when you're a kid, the leprosy signs might not show up till you're an adult. And you have lost insurance. You also completely lose your parents' insurance by 26. You can no longer be on your parents' insurance by 26. If the leprosy takes the 20 years it can take to take effect, you could just not be on your parents' insurance by the point when it takes effect. Or you could even, like, not know what's going on, kind of thing. It's like, leprosy is a really dangerous disease. And Minecraft encourages you to be around the one animal that carries it. Minecraft, make it make sense, is just what I'm saying. I'm not telling Minecraft to not put armadillos, because, like, yes. Like, because, like, I love the armadillos. They're really cute. I think armadillos are cute. But the fact that their logic is sharks are dangerous, we can't make them peaceful, but also if we make them hostile, they'll, the people will also be encouraged to kill them, but if we make them peaceful, people won't be encouraged to kill them, but they'll be encouraged to, like, go near them, and a kid might. Minecraft, you have armadillos. Shut up. You are more likely to have a kid go near an armadillo than a shark. Because also, most kids don't have access to sharks. They might on vacation, but most sharks avoid humans and stuff like that, so yeah. Armadillos are dangerous for people. Yay! Axolotls, Minecraft's appearance on axolotls is just completely wrong. Where it's like, yes, I find them cute and I find them good, and it is a great way that axolotls have been, like, shown in media, because they haven't been shown much in media, but they're inaccurate. Axolotls cannot go on land. They have to be in water. Axolotls in Minecraft can be on land a lot longer than most fish. That is not how it is in real life. They are fully aquatic animals. So that, like, encourages you that you could take the axolotl out of the tank for a minute, which can kill the axolotl. You are also not really supposed to touch axolotls. Also, axolotls, I don't think they should be fighting drown. I'm just gonna say it. Axolotls fighting the tropical fish makes sense, but them fighting drown does not, because that makes you think they're stronger than they are, when axolotls are really a very fragile kind of species. They are deeply fragile. They can regenerate any part of themselves, but they are very fragile. Minecraft is encouraging you to interact with these things, scoop them up in buckets randomly, etc. That's more dangerous than sharks, but for the axolotls, kind of, because it's not dangerous for the person, but the axolotl definitely. Bats. You're also not supposed to interact with a bat in real life. Bats can carry rabies. Going in a bat cave, they poop everywhere, and that's actually how COVID started. Bats are very dangerous. Sure, Minecraft does not let you, like, catch them or anything, which, like, okay, good, but, they're very dangerous. They're smaller, but they're very dangerous, because they carry a lot of diseases. They're very cute, but they carry diseases. Camels. Can we all see how camels would be, dangerous to interact with? Like, if it's not trained right. Like, you can get a camel that's been trained right, but, like, majority of camels are not going to be safe to interact with. I don't think that's going to come up today in day to day, but I also don't think sharks are going to come up in day to day to a kid. So, camels. Cats. Cats are interesting, because cats as a concept is fine, but then you get into how you tame a cat. How you tame a cat is you have to chase around a stray cat and catch it, kind of thing. Which is when I see a problem with cats of, yes, that should be the way you tame them, but also that's not safe for a kid to immolate, and a kid's gonna immolate it. That is the most likely thing for a kid to manage to immolate, is going up to a cat that is a stray cat and getting scratched and getting cat scratch fever. Like, Minecraft is teaching them to immolate that. Because cats are something you can run into on day to day, and they can carry diseases. Yes, you should take in stray cats. But also, we're going off the logic of the sharks. Of why Minecraft won't add sharks. And some 6-year-old could try to catch a cat, and they could injure themselves, they can injure the cat, etc. It's not good to encourage that, because cats also, you have to chase them around in Minecraft. Like, if you proceeded to, like, remove them running away from you, it would be a lot safer, because it would encourage, the thing is, like, waiting to give them the fish, like, never works in Minecraft. It is so much easier to chase them. But if you encouraged only if they approach you when you're holding food, and they don't do the really, really slow thing that no one ever wants to have the patience for, then you got it better. It's more like, it's more reasonable and more safe for the animal and the kid. But the current way cats work encourages you to chase them. So, yeah, cats are dangerous, or at least how Minecraft presents them. Chickens are pretty fine, to be honest. I don't think Minecraft does anything with chickens that, like, is too bad. Because, yes, they can peck you. They can peck you. A chicken peck can do some damage to you. But also, most chickens that I've met are pretty calm. I've managed to catch chickens when I was, like, 6. I didn't own chickens, but some of my mom's friends did. And their chickens would get out, and I chased after the chickens and would catch them. Chickens are pretty calm about it, so, like, I'm gonna say chickens are pretty safe with how they've done it. But, Minecraft does encourage you to, with the eggs, when you make a cake, the only use of eggs is cooking, or throwing them and getting them to make more chickens. But the eggs, salmonella. Minecraft has no instruction on you shouldn't eat a raw egg. Like, sure, the cake implies cooking, but Minecraft does not have any instruction on you shouldn't eat a raw egg. Like, because there's no, oh, the egg is cooked in the cake. It's just, it's in the cake. Like, there's no, you make cake batter and then you put it in the furnace. Because they could quickly just make that change where the crafting recipe makes cake batter and then you have to cook it in the furnace to make sure you have to cook it. I do get that salmonella is rare, but I'm like trying to point out the inconsistencies in Minecraft's thing. Yes. Because Minecraft is just inconsistent of their excuse on sharks when these things are also dangerous. And also probably more likely than petting a shark and getting your hand bit off. Because most kids are not going to be able to pet a shark, okay? Okay, all the fish I'm going to skip because, yeah, copper golems I'm skipping because they're mythical, but, like, I don't think that would be safe in real life. Cows are dangerous. Cows can kill you, especially because their cows have horns, implying they're bulls. Like, they also have the udders, so, like, they're, like, gender-neutral cows. But, you shouldn't pet a cow that has horns. The female cows are bad enough, but bulls? This is implying you to pet bulls, which you should not pet. Also, that is so cool. So, cows are dangerous, especially because they have horns in the model. Donkeys are dangerous, because it's donkeys. Same goes with horses. Like, I'm gonna skip also horse, mule, etc. Like, those things we just know are dangerous. Like, horses, if they're properly trained, but it's like encouraging wild horses, because, like, you gotta find them in the wild, which is not how they work. Frogs are pretty safe, but they have very colorful frogs in Minecraft, and logistically, kids are going to see that and try to pet a poison dart frog. If it's going with the shark logic. Reminder, we're just going with the shark logic. I do not think they're going to pet a poison dart frog, but, like, yeah. But, like, logistically, they're going to pet a poison dart frog and then lick their hands because children are gross. Then they're going to die. Frogs are way more dangerous. Sure, they don't have very specific species of frogs in Minecraft, but the concept's still there. Squids are dangerous. I think you have as much of a chance of interacting with a squid as a shark, though. And most squids are small, but, like, they can still bite you. Still, they can bite you. Sure, Minecraft does make them look perfect for making sure you don't do that, but, like, squids kind of follow the same logic. In all honesty, I'm just saying the happy gas is dangerous. It's not in real life, but, like, I just am gonna say, if that wasn't real life, do not pet it. Mushrooms are skipped under cows. Yeah. Ocelots are dangerous. Any big cat is dangerous, actually. Parrots can be pets, but this is also encouraging some things with parrots if Minecraft is going off the logic of, yeah, for example, parrots, can bite you, and it's really bad when a parrot bites you, because it can take off a finger. Parrots can bite you and can injure you. That's the thing about parrots. Second off, parrots in Minecraft, by this logic, are encouraging you to take them from the wilderness and tame them, which you're not supposed to be doing. That's like capturing an animal. And third off, the actual hello, we are talking about Minecraft's stupid logic on sharks. AKA, Minecraft has said that they won't add sharks because, it would be dangerous because what if a kid approaches a shark, but on the other terms, they don't want to encourage sharks to be killed. So we're pointing out the species in Minecraft that are dangerous, but Minecraft is fully fine with you being near. But parrots, also, I would say parrots are encouraging the parrot industry. Of parrots, a lot of people do not know how long parrots live. Them being one of the baseline pets that are easiest to obtain in Minecraft is just wrong. Yeah, I've played Stardew. I'm trying to figure out if I do a stream thing. But parrots, the current parrot industry, did you know most parrots live like 70 years? They are a lifelong pet. They have nothing to tell you that. And then some kid's gonna be like, oh, I want a parakeet. And let me check exactly how long parrots live. Like parakeets in particular. Did you know parrots are often, most parrots go, okay, so parakeets live 7 to 15 years. They can also live up to 20 years. But parakeets in particular, there's also parrots. But the thing is, parrots are usually a lifelong commitment, and the normal parrots, which are the ones Minecraft's parrots are based on, live up to 70 years. And the saddest part is most parrots go through 7 homes or so in their lifespan. They are the most orphaned animals out of all animals because they're loud, they're noisy, they're messy, and people will get them, realize how long of a commitment this is, and have to rehome them. They do the most of being homeless out of all of the animals in the pet sphere. They average like 7 rehomings per parrot. So Minecraft having them as a pet you can get easily and not showing any of that, I would say is dangerous. Like, it's more dangerous than sharks would be, because it's actively encouraging the parrot industry, which the birds of paradise industry of, yeah, rest in peace. But I would say it would be actively encouraging that, which is not good. So I'd say that would be more dangerous than anything sharks could do in Minecraft. Like, Minecraft hasn't even, from what I know, they haven't even given resources on, any conversation about parrots about the rehoming problem. Valid. The thing is, parrots take a lot of care. People do not know that. Oh, see you. Damn. But, yeah, parrots take a lot of care. Next off, pigs. Pigs are dangerous. Boars are dangerous. People don't know how dangerous boars are. Yep. The Minecraft parrots, they don't talk about how, most of them get rehomed. I would like Minecraft to add, not even in the game, I just want them to add a tweet about it, of, if they, just tweeted about it once, I would be completely fine with it, but it's they should tell you not to have parrots as pets. If I am not allowed to have a fox as a pet, but can, domesticate them, but then they won't ever follow me around, I don't think you should be allowed to have a parrot as a pet. Parrots take a lot of care that Minecraft just completely acts like they don't. Which is a problem, because it's actively dangerous to parrots. In all honesty, I am mostly against owning parrots. I get it in some cases of, some owners are really good at it. For example, I'm gonna point out Jaden Animations. Jaden Animations did, her research and did a lot of work to own the parrots she owns. But a lot of parrot owners should not own parrots. I'd say, with parrots, I'd say there should be a license. I believe parrots should take a license to own. Completely, because that would solve the rehoming problem. Because, like, some owners, I could see them actually getting the license. Like, Jaden Animations, I'm going to say, would get the license. She's been committed to parrots for so many years that her parrots are completely reasonable. But a lot of people get a parrot because they're, like, really cheap. Sometimes a parrot in a pet store will be cheap, or like a parakeet, and then the parakeet, they don't know how loud they are. Yes. Like, yeah. I'd say parrots in Minecraft are more dangerous than sharks could ever be. But it's just because of the encouragement on the parrot industry. Um, rabbits. Rabbits are dangerous for a completely different reason, as you would expect. Sure, you cannot domesticate them and stuff, but the fact that they show that rabbits are fine in the wild most of the time, that's the problem. Because, like, they do get hunted by cats and foxes, I believe. But they do not get hunted by wolves. The thing is, a lot of people will release their rabbit they will get a rabbit for Easter, and then they'll release them back into the wild, not knowing that domestic rabbits, are not made to be in the wild. They have none of the instincts that you are supposed to have to be a wild creature. And all of the rabbits that people release because, oh, they've seen a rabbit before, like, yeah, it's like rabbits, there's nothing really wrong with them in Minecraft, but, like, the idea that they are surviving in the wild completely unharmed and not being hunted by anything, yeah, exactly. But a lot of people release rabbits in particular because they have seen rabbits in their, like, neighborhood kind of thing. Because, like, a lot of people don't, like, release parrots or something because you don't see a parrot in your neighborhood. But a rabbit, they release it. Yes. Yes. But, like, rabbits, that's just unsafe. Like, the way that they're not hunted by everything is confusing from Minecraft. Like, I would say the hostile mobs should also go after them. Just to show that rabbits cannot survive in the wild pretty well. They have instincts and they can run and stuff like that, but, like, a domesticated rabbit cannot survive in the wild. There's nothing wrong with them, though. Because they are clearly wild rabbits, not domesticated rabbits, but, like, still. I'm skipping all the fish. Sheep are dangerous. It's a sheep. Sheep are pretty sweet, but they can still kill you. Also, I think one inconsistency with sheep that I want to say, the herds of sheep should be bigger. There should be no reason why a sheep is spawning alone or in a group of 3. Because, did you know most sheep herds, is, the smallest you will find a sheep herd is 100? Most of the time when you hear of a sheep herd, it's like 500 to 1,000 sheep. Majority of herds are that big. So, sheep just should not be found in as small of groups as they are. Because they are, like, herd animals to be herd animals. So, like, it's not a problem, it's just an inconsistency. Like, I would say that they should have sheep herds be the biggest out of, like, all of the mobs that can spawn in a little group. Sheep are a little bigger, but I would say that they should probably spawn in groups of, like, 7. Because, like, oftentimes you'll find, like, a group of 5. But I would say it should be, like, a group of 7 to 15 sheep per time. Completely, because they are big herd animals. It's just inaccurate kind of thing. Okay, I'm just gonna say don't pet a sniffer if you found a sniffer in real life. Like, there's no sniffers in real life, but, like, don't pet dinosaurs. Let's see, so. Yes. Like, cows goats than sheep, though. Sheep are like the big herd animal. Then we get into neutral mobs. Dolphins are dangerous. I'm not even gonna get into dolphins, they're just fucked up. As someone who loves all animals, one of my least favorite animals is dolphins. If that says anything about dolphins. Because, like, I still find them cool, and they are very aesthetic and stuff, just, like, they're just fucked up, and that's why I don't like them. It's a dolphin. It's just how they act. The thing is, okay, I'll tell you things dolphins do. They actively torture pufferfish to get high. They will literally bat a pufferfish around a group of dolphins to get high on the poison. Yeah. Like, dolphins are just fucked up in some weird way, and, like, I don't hate them. I don't hate any animals. I don't dislike any animals. Yeah, but they'll do that, and some other things that I cannot talk about on YouTube. But dolphins, like, I don't hate any animal, but dolphins are one of the most messed up animals I know of. I like all animals. They're cool. But dolphins, they give me the heebie-jeebies slightly. I like them. They're cool. And they're better than humans. They're just too close to humans, and I don't like humans. Yeah, I think the thing is dolphins, like, a lot of other animals will, only do one of the things dolphins do. Meanwhile, dolphins are known to do a lot of the things that other animals do. Kind of thing. I think that's one of the reasons dolphins get hate, is because other animals are known to do, like, one of the things dolphins do. And the dolphins do, like, 5 of the things other animals do. And dolphins are just... Yeah, I don't really mess with dolphins in my own head. I like, they're cool. I like how they look. They're a very cool species. I just would prefer to see a shark over seeing a dolphin. Kind of that. I prefer sharks over dolphins. Yeah. It's like, also as a big Sharks fan, it's kind of hard not to dislike dolphins. Because dolphins are considered like these angelic beings, so pretty, so beautiful, etc. Meanwhile, sharks are considered monsters. And literally, the second you actually look into it, sharks are angels compared to dolphins. So, welcome back. So it's like, it's kind of just that sharks get such a bad rep, and dolphins, like, are considered these beautiful creatures. That gets me a little pissed off about dolphins, because technically they're more monstrous than sharks. They do more than a shark. So, yeah, that's just my belief. You gotta comment on the Pumpkin Island videos. I'm gonna be filming some of those today, though. The last few days have had, Pumpkin Island videos being, kind of more spread out. Like, I filmed them all, like, 3 days ago, and, now I gotta go add more people to Pumpkin Island today. But, yes, you can. Just wait for the days for it to happen, because I usually will, like, get in a week's worth or something, and then I'll schedule them all, and then, I let those days pass, kind of thing. So, yeah. Yes. But I do sometimes go in and schedule an extra video. For example, I'll schedule people, earlier if I see them a lot in live chat. That's kind of my rule set, is if they've been engaging with my content for a while, whenever I'm scheduling the videos, I will schedule them earlier, or if I get a comment while, like, doing the scheduling and filming, and I'm, like, a few days out, and it's by someone who has, like, been in my live streams, like, 5+ times. I swear I I see them most of the time, I will schedule them for the next day at the I will schedule 4 videos for the next day of I'm planning to, for the next few videos, schedule them for a little later in the day than the last few. Yes. Keebs, weren't you the first, Keebs, you were one of the first people added, I think. Actually, yeah, I know that Cats was, nope, Keebs, you were the first person added, I think. Damn. But, yeah, I scheduled them a few days in advance. Engagement bait. That's my tip for getting more subs. Pumpkin Island, I'm gonna say it. It's kind of engagement baiting. I love it. I do actually want all my subscribers written down on my Forever World. So, like, I do get a benefit from how that is exactly what I want. But also, I've gotten a lot more views and subscribers from Pumpkin Island than I've gotten from, like, anything else. So, procedurally, you just have to post 3 videos a day. And you have to engagement bait slightly, but you have to do it in a way that doesn't seem annoying. Like, for example, some other times I've seen people do similar, someone's made an entire medieval town, and they'll dedicate a build to a person every day. They'll dedicate it to someone who subscribed and commented every day, and I think that's one of the coolest ones. Valid. Also, the audio's bad because my phone is 7 years old. My phone is older than some people who watch YouTube. Okay. My phone is from 2019. Mine's an XR, which is a 10. My phone works like it wants to die every 5 minutes. My phone takes like 2 hours to charge. Damn, I got 680 subs. Chat, 20 away from 700. And I still haven't made the Q&A VOD because I don't have enough questions. By the way, chat, you all should go check out the Q&A VOD. It is labeled Q&A, so. I need more questions. People can ask questions multiple times. Don't worry. Like, I do not mind if someone goes in there and asks me a question of, like, a second one. Oh, I made my profile picture myself. Thank you. Made it about a year ago, so. It's kind of old. It's good, but old. Let's see. I want to get into the Q&A VOD. Look at the questions real quick. Okay, so I have 17 questions. Let's see. Yeah, I haven't gotten many questions lately. Oh, the thing is, I've worked on art for years. I'm, like, actual proof that it's never too late to become an artist. I started drawing when I was, my start to art was when I was 13. Before I was 13, I could not draw. Yes, thank you, Keebs. But before I was 13, I could not draw because I have a hand disability, and I could not draw on, paper as well because my hands were very shaky. Then, when I was 13, I got my phone, and I got access to digital art, which gave me a way to actually get good at it, despite how my hands are messed up and bad at drawing. So, I should not be able to draw logistically, but I can draw. I did not doodle as a kid. I did not do any of those things that you hear that artistic people do. Instead, I started working when I was 13 at it. And now I have drawn for so many years, because, like, now I'm 19. That's, like, 6 years of drawing experience, and I'm finally kind of happy with my style. I have a kind of chibi style. Like, the entire time I've created art, I've had this kind of chibi style, and I really love it. So, yup, it's just not giving up on it. Like, I'm not gonna tell you this one bit of tips that I get annoyed by people will say you have to draw every day to get good at art. I'm gonna say this to you. I draw every couple months. I draw like once a month. Ooh, human faces is pretty cool. Like, you know what, chat? I don't want to see. I'm going to show a recent piece of art I did. Because, yeah. Green screen. Whoa. Let's see, where is it? I know I have a piece that I did really recently. Here. This is a doodle I made semi-recently. It doesn't show up the best, but you guys can see it. I'll move this out of the way so you guys can see it better. This is a doodle I made in the middle of the night, recently. This is my favorite Sona from an account I have, but yeah, art is something that you just have to, like, to get good at eventually. Sure, my lines are a little wobbly, but, like, I love my style. This is my favorite Sona. I will actually talk about him for 2 seconds, because might as well. He is technically, because I have yes, I have a Dream Recipe fan account still, because I had a special interest in Dream Recipe. Losing a special interest is very hard. It's called autism. But, so I have a Dream Recipe fan account, and it's, Character Errant themed, because Character Errant was one of my favorite things to watch. Like, I loved Character Errant. And Character Errant's chat, were ferrets. So, it's been years since I watched an Errant stream or something, but I've always wanted to make a ferret OC of, like, my chat Sona for it. So even though I no longer watch Errant, I made this. Just because I wanted to. Oh, also, I want to tell you, I made this design in the middle of the night. Like, literally, I made it at, like, 3 a.m. Yes. One of the things that, I had to teach myself was actually to let myself have wobbly lines. For a while, I would go back and redo every single line. I no longer do that. Valid. I had an obsession with Character Errant, and I still do. No one can stop me. Shut up. Whoever wants to stop me, shut up. I will forever keep drawing character, my favorite Sona, and thinking of Character Errant, and having a blog dedicated to Character Errant with some reblogs of other characters, but yeah. Valid. See you later. The thing is, I taught myself, one of the best things I taught myself was the fact that it doesn't have to be perfect. Because, once I stopped trying to make my art perfect, it was a lot more fun to draw, which actually let me draw more, so I started to get better at art, because it's not the perfections, it's the amount you draw. So if doing the art in the certain way stresses you out, like, if you are, like, trying to make it perfect, you're not going to get as much experience. Okay, let me think, Keebs. What animal are you? Okay, let me think. What vibe do I seal vibes. You kind of give seal vibes. In particular, I think this is because of, the profile pictures you use of Kirby. Kirby doesn't have ears. Seals don't have ears. Also, your current profile picture doesn't have ears. You give off seal vibes because you have a tendency to lean towards characters and designs that do not have ears and have that very rounded head, which seals have that. So I'd say you give off seal vibes. I hope you agree. Yep. I don't know how to cast a Switch 2 onto a phone. Yeah, Keebs, I also just think you would like seal designs. Oh, see you later, Crowish, enjoy. But I think you would like seal designs because you clearly like designs with that sort of thing. Yes. I also think seals are very cute. Like, the Arctic seals are adorable, chat. Like, the little white fluffy ones. Scrunkly. But, like, yeah, that's just my opinion, is seal. Completely because of your designs. Hello, Sound, how are you doing? Yes. I love giving an animal assignment. By the way, what animal am I, chat? Chat, what animal am I? Like, what animal do I give the vibes of? Yes. Does anyone have an animal classification for me based on just me? It doesn't have to be something my fursona is, or my fursona looks like, or it doesn't have to be a fox like my Minecraft persona. Just, what animal am I? Oh, thank you, Sound. I've actually voice trained for a while to get my voice deeper. So, like, I have a very interesting voice. I've gotten many compliments on it, actually. But guys, what animal am I? What animal do I give the vibes of? Valid, valid. Fox does work. Ba, ba, ba. And also, by the end, once I get the guesses, I'll tell you, which animal I've been most associated with. Yeah, animals don't talk sound, but I have, I have a lot of animal theming. And I'm meaning, if my personality was an animal, or, what animal would you associate me with? Like, yeah, I'm mostly asking because I'm just always curious. Stay curious, cat. Because animal assignments are so fun, to be honest. Like, seeing what someone thinks you vibe as is so cool. Yes, but, I'm meaning, for example, a, person who you might associate as a dog might be, really excitable and always loves hanging out with you and is, they just bring warmth into the existence of every time you talk to them. You feel like they're warm and friendly, and they might be a little gullible kind of thing. Like, if you associate someone with a dog, you might see that, in particular, a golden retriever. But you also might associate someone with some other kind of dog. For example, you might associate them with, yes, yes, raccoon vibes. I do have raccoon vibes. Um, you might also associate them with, a Doberman, for example, which means they're loving, but they're distant and, quieter. They are very affectionate, though, like a dog, but they just have a different energy than the very warmth of, a golden retriever. Animal association with people is very interesting. Um, or you might associate someone with a cat, for example, of they're quiet and they usually stick to their own devices, but they usually come up to you and are very affectionate. or they might be more like an orange cat where they're very stupid and playful and you swear they haven't had a brain cell since 2007. But they also do the cat-like things. Animal association is just what does it line up with? It could also be appearance based. For example, I associated Keebs with a seal based on Keebs' profile pictures usually are characters with a really rounded head and no ears. So, valid. Hello, Nancy. Welcome in. We're talking about animal association. Also, does anyone else have a animal they associate me with, or should I just drop what I've gotten the most, actually? Because there's one animal that I have been told I like the most of all of the animals. And it's pretty interesting. Any more guesses? Ooh, sea lion's pretty cool. I don't know because I haven't seen you much sound, but like, ask me for an animal classification in a while of like talking a few live streams and I'll figure it out. But okay, chat. Do you guys want the animal I've been associated with the most out of all animals? And I also fully agree with this animal classification for me. Oh, the Shinx line's so cool. That's very cool. I love the Shinx line. I've also been associated with Rockruff from Pokemon. I had a Twitter mutual years ago who called me Rockruff coded so much. Okay, so the animal I've been associated with the most is ferrets. Ferrets. Which really lines up because it's really funny because I've been associated with this by people who don't even know I like ferrets. They just associate me as a ferret. It's apparently because I'm very playful and I do this tendency of when I am with people in real life or even in Minecraft, if you've noticed, I follow people around a lot. I'm kind of just hopping behind them, being silly, etc. So I'm like a really affectionate person with my friends. So that's one of the reasons. I make a lot of weird sounds, which ferrets do, because like I vocal stem a lot. I have a like sneaky little mischievous side, which is also what raccoon vibes I have. But ferrets are also mischievous. I I am very intelligent and can solve puzzles, but I'm also very stupid at times. Uh, I'm someone who will almost fall over. Like, I have genuinely before done the most cool acrobatic thing, and then the second I've got it onto, like, even ground, almost fell over. Which ferrets do that all the time. They forget that they are on top of a bed, and then they roll over and fall off. Yes. Like, I have gotten associated with ferrets the most, and I would actually agree that that is so me-coded. Because, like, tell me I'm not ferret-coded. Does everyone agree I'm ferret-coded? Yes. Like, I'm very smart, but I'm also very stupid. But I hope you guys like that association. Yes. That's just the animal I've been associated with the most, and I'm really tempted to make a fursona that's just a ferret. Like, Wolfie gives off ferret vibes sometimes, but I'm very tempted to make a full-out ferret sona. Oh, I have the, like, one for ferret, like, the ferret sona for, like, Dream Recipe fandom. But, like, I'm tempted to make an actual anthro. Like, I'm tempted to make an anthro version of, like, something that's, like, probably takes themes from Autumn, because, currently my personas, Wolfie is Starfy. Wolfie has star themes in him. He has, like, some associations with stars and stuff like that, where he is Starboy, pretty much. Then, the unfortunate one, I don't really know exactly what he's based on. He's kind of just based on a real ferret, but with some cool details. He's also just based on the username, because, my Dream Recipe fan account is called Unfortunate Character Errant Fan. And I usually go by Unfortunate on there. So I've made him like this little clumsy guy I've like leaned into how ferrets are really stupid and clumsy and went in with that. Um, Also, I think one of the reasons why I'm ferret coded is I am very enrichment based. Please, guys, see it. Tell me I do not engage with my environment tenfold half the time. Like, did you guys, the people who have watched the live stream, the short hike live stream, I was engaging with my environment so much, and I want to like engage with my environment more. But yeah, I engage with my environment. Ferrets also do the same. They are very playful creatures. I'm very ferret coded. That would actually be really nice. Like, someone actually drawing me the reference sheet because, like, I usually have to make a reference sheet before drawing the character that I like get so annoyed drawing it. Um, I'd probably make him inspired by autumn and like maybe flowers. Um, I'd make him that kind of vibe because I have an autumn theme. I'm literally wearing a shirt with an autumn tree on it right now, chat. Shirt is also Avid MC merch. Like, chat, I have an autumn theme. The thing is, I I wear a lot of orange. Chat, I am gonna give you guys the lore drop that I wear a lot of orange. Um, it's mostly because orange looks really good on me. In real life, I have blue eyes. And blue and orange look really good together, and it brings out my eyes. And sure, I don't make eye contact with people, but I look really good in orange. So I wear a lot of fall palette because, it's just the smartest kind of thing. Since it makes me look good, I look cute, I look good. Um, yeah, people will like be like, "Oh, orange isn't a favorite color," and I'm like, "Orange is my favorite color. It's the color of leaves in the fall. It's the color of the sunset. It's the color of change. That's what orange is. It's the color of change. It's the color of spacesuits. It's the color of foxes. It's beautiful." And people will be like, "Oh, orange isn't a real color." Also, people will say brown isn't a real color, like a real favorite color, and I'm like, orange and brown have had my back when no one else has. When brown is a lot of animals, it's cows, it's uh, stuff like that. So like, people will be like, it's leaves, it's dirt, it's nature. Orange is underrated nature. Brown is nature, but people refuse to see it as brown, as like nature. Green is the only one who gets any attention for being the nature color, and it's just like, guys, please be more cozy, because I'm gonna say this personally, like I like all colors, but green is one of my least favorite colors, completely because there's a lot of shades of green that I don't like. Like, I like certain shades of green. I find it pretty. But, if you are to ask me my favorite colors, green is not up there, but orange and brown are. Like, I'd say my favorite colors go orange, brown, blue, in particular teal. I do like green in the form of teal. Teal is technically part green, part blue. I do like green in certain cases, but there's just like, the thing is, a lot of greens, it's so easy to accidentally make like a sludgy green that I don't really like it. Like, like sludge and chemical waste in like movies and stuff. Green associates with that for me. Hello! Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go eat. Go eat. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Tucks you in. Oh, I love teal, and I'm gonna say, do you guys want to know why teal is one of my favorite colors. Like, I'd say actually it's orange, teal, brown as the list. Who wants to hear why teal is one of my favorite colors? Because it's stupid as hell. Hello, welcome in. Teal is one of my favorite colors because of Among Us. I used to, back when I was like 13, which was when Among Us was big, I would usually go with purple. But if someone else in the lobby had already taken purple, I would go with teal. So procedurally, Among Us made my favorite color teal, and I have never been able to recover from this factor. Because eventually it became me more going with teal than purple. Valid. Because I would actually want teal more, and it also meant that I wasn't arguing with 5 people over purple. Because people liked playing purple. They did not like playing teal as much. So I got really into teal because of that. I am in the US. My accent is weird though because I watched... Okay, my entire high school experience, I was homeschooled. And procedurally, I only really talked to my mom and watched Minecraft YouTubers. In particular, Dream Recipe. So I have like a mixed accent completely because I spent years of my life isolated watching Dream Recipe. Which embarrassing, but like I guess. Nice. So, I sound kind of British sometimes. Yes. I got homeschooled because of quarantine. I went to school for elementary and middle, but then in 2020, that was my last year of middle school, and we got hit by quarantine. Procedurally, my mom had to pull me out because I'm immune compromised, so I was pulled out a month before everyone else went home for COVID. She actually pulled me out a month before, and I just did schooling from home. And then, eventually, 2020 had passed. I could have gone back to school, but at that point I was going to high school, and I went for 2 weeks of... I had to walk to the bus station at that point, which the bus station was like surprisingly far away. Ooh, nice. But the bus station was surprisingly far away, and it was pretty exhausting for me. So procedurally, my mom also didn't even want me going back to school because COVID and stuff like that, and she didn't think they were doing it safe enough, and I was having to wear a mask every time I was in school. It was really annoying. But, yeah, after 2 weeks, I just could not make the walk to the bus station every morning, so she pulled me out and let me be homeschooled. Literally in those 2 weeks of high school, I was not sleeping much, so procedurally, I was actually, like, when I would get to school, I would sleep through homeroom. I really don't know how it wasn't a little concerning that I got pulled out of school, but I got pulled out and homeschooled for the rest of high school. This was especially sad back in what would have been my last year of high school, because I have a memory of the day that prom was in the town we eventually moved to a different town, and the day that it was prom, we went out to eat, because, like, we were just going out to eat downtown. And I saw so many kids my age having their prom. They were all in big groups when I had no IRL friends. They had these pretty dresses, pretty suits. I missed out on something, and I get it. One of the main things I grieve about not going to school, like, through high school is missing prom. also didn't learn much, but I was in gifted kid programs beforehand, and I was like, here's the thing, I was at least 2 years ahead, if not more. Yeah. But I became friends with people online, yay! But I was always a gifted kid who was at least 2 years ahead, if not 3 or 4. So, sure, I didn't learn like anything throughout high school, but I kind of knew all of it already. Hello! Welcome in, bananas. We're talking about homeschool. The thing is, I see people talking about, like, oh, now we're homeschooling our kids and stuff, and I always, when someone's like, I'm gonna homeschool my kid, I'm like, I get that you get more time with them, but they miss out on socializing. Like, I missed out on so many social experiences, and I don't have many friends now. And I, like, panic about socializing in real life because I don't know how to. High school is when you learn that shit. Like, sure, I do know I would have gone and bullied, but yes. Like, first off, homeschooling, your kid's gonna miss out on socializing no matter what. Second off, they probably aren't gonna learn everything they're supposed to. Oh yeah, I also really bad at socializing. I stare at people from afar when I find them cool, and okay, I've gotten more confidence from that, but like if I find someone too cool, I just freeze up and I can't talk. But I kind of have given myself a bit of exposure therapy with socializing. In particular, I have decided if I see something cool about someone, for example, I like their outfit, I have to approach them and say their outfit's cool. Usually the interaction ends there where I don't talk to them much. But I will compliment people in public no matter what age they are, no matter who they are, which has actually made me good at socializing because I see it as a lot of people don't get compliments and it's going to make them feel good about themselves. Especially when it comes to older people. I especially make an effort when it comes to older people because I'll see people who like have the coolest outfit and they're like in their 60s and I'm like that is so cool. Or people with like really pretty hair or dyed hair. I love seeing dyed hair. I compliment all these people in a very like casual sense. Valid. I've had to give myself exposure therapy, and it's actually gone pretty well. A lot of people have gotten flattered by it. But yeah, that's kind of just what I do. It's made me more confident about talking to people, at least. Tired. Thank God. Yes. Like, I'd highly recommend that to anyone who's bad at socializing, because you can also see it as you're being nice to other people instead of trying to socialize. And also, never let some compliment that you have for someone go unsaid. Because genuinely, it makes their day so much better. And some of them will remember it for a very long time. And if they're in a group of other people, I'll also try to find a compliment about someone else in the group. Of like, I won't just compliment them, I'll compliment everyone. Hello! Okay, Chad, I might be getting off live stream just because I am getting, like, tired. and I need to take a bit and make those shorts and then live stream a video game. I'm actually going to make this live stream public to view after the stream, so you guys can rewatch this one completely because it was just so casual and so calm that I feel like it would be okay to leave it as a public live stream. I've talked about a lot of interesting things, and I feel like you guys would want to rewatch this one. So, see you guys. Bye.